Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats, Bish Bash Swash, it's Joe Swash. We're crazy for Maisie, it's Maisie Adam. And Rob Beckett, their team captain. And facing them tonight, she's the one to watch, it's Angela Scanlon. Stand-up guy, it's Jamali Maddix. And Katherine Ryan, their team captain. Now, welcome your host, Jamali Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 2/3 of human communication is by gesture, not speech? Sounds about right. People are always waving at me. Hi, Jimmy. More than half of Brits enjoy meat substitutes, or as they're more commonly known, dildos. And 63% of British women say size does matter. So if you're a man with a small penis, little tip, and little shaft, I'd imagine. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. This week, our panelist's job is to guess the British public's top 3 fears. Rob's team, what do you think the nation are afraid of?
Like snakes, spiders, all of that sort of thing.
You don't like snakes?
No, hate snakes. I can't watch I'm a Celeb because I just get too scared for them. It's horrible. Have you seen that video of Steve Irwin when he's like, oh, it won't bite me, it won't bite me. He's very calm, and then out of nowhere...
Yeah, but whatever happened to him?
I don't mind snakes. The creepy crawlies, I really get.
Yeah.
Spiders?
Spider. Ugh.
People always go like, oh, they're more scared of you than you are of them. I was like, well, get out of my house then. Yeah.
Could you get the spider then in your house? Like if there was a spider in the bath, could you go get it?
Yeah, depending on size. Anything above 5 foot, I'll leave it in there.
I'm not afraid of insects because I live in the UK. I don't understand this fear of spiders when your spiders have the lowest street cred worldwide of any spider. Other spiders are like, oh, I can paralyze them, I can poison them, I can kill them. What do your spiders do? Piss you off? It's like when you guys complain about snow, the world is laughing.
Jamali, what about creepy crawlies generally? You okay
No, I'm
the
cool with
creepy
that.
crawlies?
I've got bigger issues than a spider. You know, like haters and snitches. That's like on the agenda.
Haters, snitches,
Yeah,
spiders.
yeah.
What about if there was a spider that snitched on you?
Oh no, yeah. Then you got to stamp it out. Rule number 1. That's just the code, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can get away saying things of that's just the code, and white people just go, yeah, fair enough.
We have centipedes in Canada, and I was alone in my flat in a very rough part of Toronto, and that's back when I was very young, very small, very Britney, hair-colored skin, skin-colored hair. And it was 2 in the morning, and there was a centipede on the wall. I knew I couldn't sleep with it there. So I just went outside in little pink hot pants, and I asked some gang members if they would come inside and kill the centipede. And they were lovely, really nice guys. And they killed the centipede, and then they left. And then they like looked out for me, and I was always like, bring them snacks and things.
Sorry, are you talking about something I've seen on Pornhub? Are you scared of creepy crawlies? Because I mean, you went in the jungle, right?
Yeah, I'm not scared of creepy crawlies. Last year, funnily enough, it was not funny.
Well, don't say it then.
I was doing something and a cockroach ran into my ear roll. No. And it stayed in there for 3 days. It died in there. I went to the hospital.
Was this in the jungle or
In the jungle. We was doing a trial and it ran down the ear.
How big are your ears?
Honestly, they must just open up like a cake.
What you've got in there is a brain. Whereas his goes straight through.
Anyway, the bug went in and the hospital couldn't get it out of the ear for 3 days. And like literally, it was like my party trick for a little while. I'd do this and then you'd smell, and it smelled like death.
No!
Oh, what a party trick!
Can I have some of that?
I lived in Australia for a year, and there was quite a big group of us in Sydney, and there was cockroaches everywhere in our house. And so instead of, you know, clean the dishes, which maybe was an attraction for them, we would just collect all the cups and just put them over the cockroach so that they could stay there underneath the cup, and then we would, you know, just go about our business dodging these multiple dozens of cups with dead cockroaches underneath them.
Okay.
Sounds like the bottom deck of the Titanic.
It felt a bit like that, yeah. But they weren't smelly, so I don't know what happened in your ear.
Mum was dead.
Yeah, okay.
3 days.
What was the cause of death?
I think boredom in there, probably. What? You know I love you. You idiot. OK, let's have a look and see if creepy crawlies are up there. Yes, it's creepy crawlies. On I'm a Celeb in 2018, Joe Swash was taken to hospital when a cockroach lodged itself in his ear. It was one of the worst experiences of my life, said the cockroach. So not scared of creepy crawlies. What about a rat?
I heard rats are pretty smart. I don't love rodents. I don't want anything in my house that's uninvited.
Take a look at this guy dealing with a rat in the bathroom, but really watch out for the cat. Yeah, I'll bring the cat in there, because the cat will probably get around. The cat's going, no. Katherine, what else are the nation afraid of?
Is it death?
What? Keep it light.
I think death is a beautiful thing. You know, it could be a real relief for an Eastern European model wanting to cash in on 10 years of sucking cock.
Well, sometimes it doesn't work out. I mean, look at poor Melania Trump.
Yeah.
She's, like, absolutely overachieved as a gold digger and weirdly underachieved.
Yeah. But if you look at Anna Nicole Smith on the day of her wedding to her 89-year-old husband, and then a year later on the day of his funeral, she's a lot happier that day. That's why I always try to teach young girls who want to gold dig to go very old. Like, if he's still eating solid food, he's too young.
Yeah. Are you scared of death, Jamali?
Yeah, I nearly died not that long ago. When I was in Bangkok and I got measles and my lungs hemorrhaged. And so I was coughing up blood. My mum never got me vaccinated.
You were not vaccinated?
Bro, this is what happened, because I remember, like, because they were saying to me, have you been vaccinated? And I was like, I don't know. I rang my mum, and I was like, Mum, did you vaccinate me when I was a kid? And she goes, ah. So we had to, so we're like, oh, wow. There's 4 of us, and only 2 of us were vaccinated. My mum ain't a nice woman, man.
What? 2 of your siblings would disagree. Scared of death, Maisie?
Yeah, terrified.
Terrified?
Absolutely terrified, yeah.
Really?
Like, I'll start freaking out if I start talking about it. Like, once we go, that's it. Like, you'll be gone. You.
Just those 2.
Just those 2.
If you're on a plane and there's really bad turbulence...
Yeah.
So
I'm a wreck.
See, I go the other way. I'm going, all right, then, let's go.
Yeah, I'm like that.
I'm all right on planes, because I sort of think it's out of your hands. Someone else is in charge of that.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Yeah.
No, Beckett, you're up for an hour. Fucking hell.
I'm not afraid of death at all.
What?
Just thought I'd put it out there.
Why aren't you scared of death?
Because I think the wake situation is quite exciting. When I was 6, I stayed in a bed with my dead granny.
What?
Yeah, so it was a wake, and
It was a wake. Well, she's not dead then.
It's called a wake, and so after the person dies, before they go to the church and get buried, you have a wake.
Yeah, we know what a wake is.
Okay, well then why is this such a surprise to you?
Because you were 6 and you slept with her.
Yeah,
Sometimes we don't sleep with the corpses. That's the only difference, I suppose. Have you planned your funeral, Joe?
Me? No, of course I haven't.
I think you should. You're doing Dancing on Ice.
Yeah. I'm with Rob. I don't really care when it happens, to be fair. I don't mind. Let it happen when it happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, it feels like you're talking me into some sort of joint suicide. All right, shall we? Fuck it. Why not?
I mean, I can't spend too much time thinking about it. Let nature take its course.
Or don't let nature take its course. That's why I've got a head start on the embalming. I'm the only one in my family with any money. I gotta pay for the funeral, and I'm doing it in installments. My face is ready to be buried.
You know, sometimes when there's a funeral and people go, you know what, I don't want it to be sad, I want it to be a celebration. So as they say that. And then, but when you look at one that is a celebration, sometimes not great. This is why there's no dancing at funerals. Yeah, the walking away is remarkable because one guy stays there and goes, so what have we done? And the others just walk away like, not my fault.
They got far too cocky because there was the little bounce, and then they started doing this whole like trying to get it round the shoulders. Like they were going to start doing keepy ups with it.
Also, I mean, super simple lesson: nail it shut. Yeah. I mean, that's not half as bad if you've nailed that shut.
Nailed it shut is such a horrible term as well. Imagine you work as a funeral director. Right, do you want to nail it shut? Nail it shut, it's 80 quid.
If you do nail it shut, you can guarantee that Angela won't climb in and try and hug it. It's worth it, it's worth it. Well, let's have a look and see if death is up there. Yeah, it's death. My nan actually died of a heart attack, and I'll never forget it because it was the same day I bought her an air horn. We're still trying to guess what British people are most afraid of. OK, fingers on buzzers. Rob's team.
Ghosts?
I'm afraid of no ghosts. No. Not compelled to say that. Do you believe in that? Do you have any sort of...
No, I don't. You do, though, didn't you?
I mean, there's bits of it that I believe and there's bits that I don't believe. You know what I mean?
Would you believe in ghosts? That bit?
No, I believe... If there was ghosts, then it'd be overpopulated. There'll be ghosts everywhere.
You know a stopped clock is right twice a day? Such a good point.
It's a good... But there'll be loads of them.
If there were ghosts, there'd be ghosts fucking everywhere, yeah. All over the shop.
But no one proper, like, clever or successful sees ghosts. It's never like Bill Gates goes, do you know what, I saw a ghost the other day? So it was like Colleen Nolan on Loose Swimming going, I was visited by a spirit.
And do you believe in this?
Yes, I really believe that there are spirits and shit happens that is unexplainable.
OK, tell me something that's unexplainable and I'll explain it. Go ahead.
OK, so last night I was in bed.
Right.
And I had a dream. I thought I was going to be murdered by this man who looked like a Ken doll. He was my Uber driver in the dream. He kept muttering things to me and he kept telling me about discussion that I just had on the phone. So I knew that he was in my head. So I woke myself up and my body was freezing cold. Oh. And then I went back to sleep and then I felt a cold breath on my face.
Have you been paying your bills?
Pardon?
Have you been paying your bills?
Yeah, I think the unexplainable Joe Swash.
You might have left the window open.
Yeah. OK. Jamali, do you believe in ghosts?
No, I don't believe in none of that shit. I got like, all my family into all this wacky shit. My grandma like believes in it. She does all that Luigi board stuff.
Luigi board?
She does all that Ouija.
Luigi board. It's like Mario Brothers and a Ouija board.
Ouija board?
All sat around a table, green hat on, overalls, tag. Give me a mushroom.
The signs of a haunted house, though, are like the smell of decay and like rotting food, dodgy electrics, like stuff going missing, and then apparently like people wake up between 3 and 4 a.m. with like an overwhelming sense of dread. That's not a haunted house, that's a student house.
Ghosts are very particular about consent. So unlike men who are alive, they only reveal themselves to people who want to see them.
Yeah.
And like even in my house, I go around sometimes at night and I know I closed all the cupboards, but all the cupboards are open. Like I hear strange noises at night and then sometimes I can feel like a heavy weight in the night trying to have sex with me. And then that's when I realized I just got married.
I'll tell you what, right? I've done a ghost documentary years ago, and I stayed at this fella's house. He's an old geezer called Fred. He lived in this place called the Rams Inn.
Yeah.
I had to stay there one night. And he reckons that there's a certain ghost called an incubus.
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 What? Incubus.
You heard of this? It's a ghost that tries to have sex with you.
Yeah.
And then there's a succubus.
Yeah.
Succubus, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's self-explanatory, that one. But yeah, no one tried to do nothing to me, so I was pretty...
Insulted.
They weren't interested in me at all.
What you should have done is I creeped in and suck off Fred and really...
Great prank, Rob, great prank.
Oh, we had a right laugh. I just sucked Fred off. He thought it was a ghost. Quality.
Lads.
Yes, the geezers have not had it. Who's running who now, Fred?
Rob and Joe, ghost hunters. just going around the country sucking people off in haunted houses. Well, I can tell you ghosts are not up there, or indeed up there. The thing is, my house is built on a burial site. I mean, it wasn't when I moved in, but now. OK, one more to get figures on buzzers. What are people scared about?
Is it losing your phone?
There's quite a lot of anxiety around this now. People really feel like it's an extension of self. Do you worry about losing your phone, Joe?
I lose my phone quite a lot, to be fair. But for some reason, my phone's always worked their way back to me. I'm generally pretty lucky.
Lucky? Yeah, you got a TV career. Look at you. Come on.
You dick.
I can't help myself.
He still gives out his... You still...
Yeah.
If anyone wants his phone number, he gives them his mum's landline.
Yeah.
Who rang your mum? Remember...
Fatima Whitbread. She had Brendan from Coach Trip phone.
Oh, it's that pantomime agent getting...
Yeah.
Katherine, are you addicted to your phone?
No. I mean, I like my phone. I use my phone. I've never lost it. I turn on everyone I know, find my friends. I know their whereabouts. I've put a GPS on my daughter. Didn't even tell her.
Quick injection in the back of the neck when they're asleep.
Yeah.
People aren't properly addicted, though. It's not the same as proper addiction, is it? Addicted to your phone. If you was addicted to your phone, you'd be like sat on a piss-stained mattress at King's Cross. Suck someone off for a 2-minute scroll of Instagram.
For a text.
The ghost hunters are back with a phone.
I want to refresh Twitter. Just free clips on YouTube. The blowjobs are getting worse.
I can't wait till you two go broke and have to make a sex tape. It's going to be the saddest,
The thing is, though,
saddest
if
thing
I
ever.
ever did do a blowjob, it'd be more for me than them.
Yeah.
What could I get away with during this blowjob until they just give up on it?
Until they go, please stop.
Yeah, that would be my tactic in prison. All right, then. All right, I'll go, yeah, do you want one?
Angela, have you ever lost your phone?
Yeah.
And what were the repercussions?
No repercussions. I just got up, find my phone, and I found it.
It's a great story. You might want to save that for when you're on Graham Norton, because that's a real... that's a wonderful anecdote. Jamali, are you worried about losing your phone?
Yeah, do you know what? I realised how weak I was. I was in LA and I was downtown and I lost my phone in the Uber and I tried to chase the Uber, but I'm not as fast as a car. I had no money, I had nothing, I don't know where I am, I was lost. And in about 5 minutes, I was just like, oh, I just live here now. Like, this is where I exist now. I'm stuck. And I saw the homeless people, and I was like, I don't think they're homeless. I think they're people that just lost their phones in the Uber. I'm stuck there now forever. But it's just like, I had that real anxiety. I was like, I'm fucked. I can't do anything, because it's got my money on it, it's got my travel, it's got everything.
Your porn on it.
Do you store porn?
Me?
Yeah.
Yo,
No,
right,
but
man.
I've been caught a few times lately. Just, I don't ever delete my history, so Stacey would like look at something on my phone on the internet and it'll be like amateur MILF, and I'm like,
Isn't that just the loose women panel?
He can't say
I
that.
can't say that, but yeah.
Loose women is a separate search all its own.
I'm a really lazy wanker, as in like...
Why do you even have to be here?
Instead of like doing a bit of prep, you know, check the door, get everything ready.
Yeah.
I'll just go straight into it.
Yeah.
And then think, oh fuck, someone's coming. And like,
Yeah. Oh my God, this is actually quite a busy bus route.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, losing your phone is not one of our top fears, but when it comes to new technology, I have to admit I'm a little bit behind the curve. I only found out my pager had stopped working when I read about it on CFAX. OK, so what else are people frightened of? Fingers or buzzers?
Like, end of the world, like...
Yeah. Do you worry about that, Joe?
No, I mean, I'll worry more about missing out on things. So if we're all going to die, I'm not going to miss out on much, so let's all do it together.
No FOMO.
No FOMO, mate.
What about if a zombie? What would you do if a zombie attack?
I think I'd be all right. I'm quite quick. I'd stay on my toes.
I think I'd just become one.
Do you reckon?
I'd just give in.
Yeah, let's do that.
It didn't take a lot of convincing, did it? Yeah.
That'll be a really short series of The Walking Dead. What are we going to do? Should we just be a zombie? Yeah, fuck it. Come here, boys!
I can't believe, Rob, you finally got a catchphrase.
It makes sense now. It makes sense as a zombie blowjob. This is where you guys were going with it all along.
Oh, that can't be my catchphrase. I can't sit down to
zombie
parents this
blowjob.
evening. Oh, you're the guy. I love your stuff.
Maisie, scared of the end of the world?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, they say that if a nuclear disaster happened, it would cause 95% fatalities within a 4-kilometre radius. But I've done couch to 5K, so I'd be all right.
If they said, like, an asteroid heading towards Earth, you've got a month to live.
What would you do?
No recycling for a start.
Yeah.
I'd just launch it in my garden.
So you wouldn't change anything?
Yeah, I mean, just live my life as normal.
What about you guys? You scared of the end of the world?
Yeah, it depends how it is. If it turns to Mad Max world, like all the economy's dead, I want to go out first wave. I don't want to be eating some dead dude's arm wearing like long jackets and shit.
Well, you're worried about the fashion choices.
Yeah, like the dust, and you gotta wear those like goggles and stuff, and you gotta ride on like a quad bike. I don't want to do all that shit.
Now, if it looks like the end of the world, we are going to need alternative food sources. So I've got some snacks here, which are alternative protein sources. So I've got nachos for you. Do you want to grab those?
Love nachos.
And they're with crickets.
No.
Apparently they're, well, not delicious, but edible.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
Joe, you've been here, done that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to do it again. You've all seen me do it.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I hate jalapenos.
Let me... Hey, Jim, shall I feed Beckett?
Yeah, feed
That's
Beckett.
too many jars.
Come, Beckett.
Go on.
That's too many. Oh.
Go, soak you now.
Were you trying to catch them there? You really lunged it. Oh! Are you going to try one, Angela?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is your audition for the jungle. Is it okay?
I like it.
You like it? Okay.
I
Well,
think
we've
the
got
worst bit about it is the tomatoes and the guac.
This is cricket bruschetta. Oh, hang on. Maisie's
not
gone.
eating it, they're not
Oh,
eating
wait. Maisie's gone.
Try it, Maisie.
If you're gonna,
No, it's okay. Don't think about.
Oh.
Don't think about what it is. Just don't think.
Amazing. I think it's all right. Still, I don't know.
We ate shake loads of them.
Loads
It's
of them.
so... It's the
legs.
Oh, no. But you can't really feel the legs.
And there's no difference between a cricket and a lobster or a shrimp.
Yes, there is.
true.
One lives in the sea.
Yeah, no,
one's
they
in
were
the field.
all...
I tell you what, I know David Attenborough's getting on a bit, and he's going to go someday, but don't worry, we've got Joe Swash. Oh, well, let's have a look and see if it's up there. Yes, it's the end of the world. The world is facing a catastrophic pandemic. There have been over 2,000 cases of bubonic plague reported in Madagascar. But the good news is, Madagascar. So those were the top 3 things Brits are afraid of. But let's not forget fear of clowns. Big silly grin, bulging eyes and orange hair. Rob, are you scared of clowns? Big rubber face, silly clothes and a fake nose. Katherine, are you scared of clowns? At the end of that round, Rob, Maisie and Joe have 2 points. Katherine, Angela and Jamali have 2 points. So our next round is Pick of the Polls. Katherine, Angela, Jamali, what do you like the look of?
I think we'll go for the happy man and woman looking at a laptop.
OK, well, you pick the working colleagues flirting. Here's your related question. Most people would not date a colleague, true or false?
I think that's false.
You think most people would date a colleague?
Yeah,
Have
I
you
think-
dated a colleague? Bit of one-show gossip.
No.
You haven't?
No.
Angela's a model, and who wants to date a male model? Just have a wank and call it a day.
Would you ever date a colleague, Jamali?
I wouldn't like date another comedian because we're all psychos.
Katherine, have you ever dated anyone at work?
Of course, people are dating colleagues. Who else are you gonna date?
Yeah.
A colleague to me is just a man with a job, and that's good enough.
Depends where you work, though, isn't it? Broadmoor, no. Spearmint Rhino, yes.
Katherine, you used to work in a bar. Was there any romance there?
No, but I fucked the manager because I wanted to leave early.
How many hours did you get off the normal work shift for fucking a manager?
I just got to leave whenever I wanted, but I felt like I was playing him.
Yeah.
I actually had a crush on him as well, so it wasn't like
Win-win, isn't it?
torture. And also, I had my sights. Like, I wasn't fucking the line cooks. I was sucking off the manager.
Straight to the top, innit? Yeah.
Thank you. Someone is a manager of a restaurant. Thank you, sir.
You've got aspirations. I can't be mad at that.
Do you know what?
Sound like her boyfriend. You're home early, you've got aspirations, do what you got to do.
I feel really bad for your husband now every time. Oh, you're home early.
This was before Me Too. Now I see there's a bit of a power imbalance there, but we didn't think it at the time because it's such a matriarchy. We had so many women like collaborating and working together that a few of us were fucking at the time.
This geezer was filling his boots, wasn't he? Yeah, you can go home early. Sweet.
He was there on his own for 8 hours. All the staff are gone, don't know why.
Poor fella, it was worn down to a nub.
Absolute costume of a geezer wandering around. Right to work again.
Have you ever dated a colleague at work, Maisie?
As Jamali said, like, as a comic, you're basically asking me what's your type, a narcissist in tears. Like, it's horrible. Like, no. Well, but also, like, with being a comic, I just get home and compare myself. My boyfriend now, he runs a cocktail bar. Like, I'll be honest, if he comes home with best bartender of the year, I'll still be like, well, it should have been me.
What if he comes home early?
Then I will drop kick Katherine in the face.
What about you? Did you ever have a regular job before sort of TV madness took over? What did you used to do for a living?
So I worked as a fire protection officer.
Give over.
I swear to God. So I was working at the BBC White City. I was working there. Basically, I'd go into a room and I'd have to try and think, like, if there's a fire in this room, I'd have to contain it. So the BBC's fucking... It's going to go up like a fucking tinderbox. I did. Honestly, I cut so many corners there, it was unreal.
You go out with people you work with, like...
Yeah, but not another fire protection officer. Like...
OK, have you ever dated a colleague?
Yeah, acting-wise, I dated a young lady called Carr who played my sister in EastEnders.
Wow.
I met Stacey when I was doing The Jungle, so she spent a bit of time out there. And
What about doing panto? Anyone?
Anyone on panto? When you were doing panto, though, was there anyone?
No, come on, I can't do that.
Well, when you were on panto, though, was there...
Sorry.
You're such a dick.
Look, well, let's just say Grumpy wasn't grumpy anymore.
What?
Would you date a colleague? Rob, have you ever dated a colleague?
Not fucking has he. Who would date him? You're laughing, yeah?
So let me get some answers on this. So most people would not date a colleague. True or false? What are you going to say, Rob?
I think people would date a colleague, I'd say.
So you're saying false?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's false.
All right, what do you think, Katherine?
I want to go home early. True.
Go home early. OK, well, I can tell you the answer is false. 73% of people would date a colleague. There's nothing sexier than secretly dating someone at work, exchanging illicit glances and calling each other by your secret pet names whilst your colleagues don't suspect a thing. Isn't that right, Big Knob Rob? And at the end of that round, Rob's team are in the lead. So the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Worst thing about owning a pet.
I'd say the worst thing about people who have pets is, I hate it, people who put an Instagram as their pet. Like, they set up a profile as their dog and they speak in the first person and they say things like, walkies with my mummy today or cuddling with my human woof. Like,
Yeah.
I just think if you're going to set up an Instagram for your dog, you should have to commit fully and get every app for the dog. Like, I want to see your guinea pig on Grindr. I want to see... yeah, I want to know your goldfish's Uber rating. Do you know what I mean? I want everything.
It's when they start giving the dog a personality and views you know it doesn't have.
Yes.
Like, I've seen one where it's like a dog looking at the TV and it goes, I'm voting Corbyn. It's like, no, you're fucking not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're a dog. You ain't voting fucking nothing.
At least someone voted for him.
The worst thing about owning a pet is if they run away, you know you're a real bad fucker.
What was happening with you and your dog that you ran away? You think he wasn't enjoying the sex? Turns out he doesn't even like peanut butter. He's gone.
I had some hamsters, and I got a mate called Nick the Greek.
Where's he from?
Yeah, he's from Greece. And I went away for work and I gave him the keys to look after the hamsters, to feed them. Yeah. And he didn't. And they escaped, mate. I found one of them in the sink. It literally ate half a bar of soap because he couldn't get out of the sink to survive. Honestly, it was terrible.
Dentists would be delighted with him.
Worst is when dogs watch you have sex. That is the worst, isn't it? Some of them can't turn the neck round that far, but when they do, it's really off-putting.
He didn't fuck a dog. They made love.
Yeah.
Worst thing about owning a pet. Let's get some answers on this. What do you think, Katherine?
I mean, I don't think it's owning a pet that's a problem. It's owning 17 pets, as I do.
You got 17 pets?
What have you got? What animals
Yeah, what
do you
are your
have?
17 pets?
I have a horse and a cat. And then I have hamsters and 4 dogs and yeah, like some more dogs coming over Friday. I can't stop. Then you go to the vet and then the vet sees, you know, a mark and she starts to say, oh, your pet needs this, your pet needs that. I'm like, shut, my daughter didn't even know a hamster could have chemo. Shut up.
Joe, what do you think?
They died, didn't they?
Yeah, the right answer.
Well done, Joe.
Yes, the worst thing about owning a pet is when they die, especially if it's a guide dog. You never make it home.
Oh, Jimmy, you can't do that. Oh, Jimmy.
I'll never forget where I was when I found out my dog was dead. In my car, reversing out the drive.
No.
OK, next question. Most useful thing Brits have learnt from their parents.
Is that locks on the door are very important. It's Christmas 1992. I'm still not ready to talk about it. Things I saw in that room, Jimmy.
Yeah. You can't unsee them, but you know they weren't wrestling.
Is it like the birds and bees conversation? Because like British people are quite prudish, aren't they? So I think they're quite... Cause my parents are very efficient with that conversation. They really scared me about like contraception and stuff. Like, even now, like I'm on the pill, I've got 3 condoms on and a coil up my arse.
What's the best thing your parents taught you?
So my mum always taught me that to do my own washing, cleaning and ironing. Otherwise, I'll go out dirty, creased and hungry. From an early age, I learned to look after myself. Honestly, Stacey can go away for weeks. I can keep the kids alive, I can clean the house.
I can keep the kids alive. Yeah. Stacey comes home, one of the kids is in the sink eating soap.
we went Winter Wonderland.
Right.
And literally, we got to the top of the road and realised we forgot the baby. Forgot the baby. So one
There were other people in the house, though, weren't there?
There were 2 strangers in the house doing some building.
I can confirm that. I saw that on Stacey's Instagram. You did
you
forget
see
the
it?
baby. Yeah, he did.
Forgot the baby.
Katherine, did you learn anything from your parents?
When I was growing up, my mom told me I was bullied, and she said, oh, the bullies are just jealous. I was like, girl, I know. I really believed that because I was bullied, it meant I was famous and everyone was obsessed with me. And, like, I really thought that. They'd, like, throw paper at my head in class. I'd be like, who should I make this out to? And thank them for their support. Because the only other place I'd seen women victimized for their looks was in magazines. And then when it happened to me, I thought I had arrived. Like, I really loved being bullied. I was like, haters gonna hate. I loved it.
You were going to do great on this show.
I know.
Maisie, what do you think?
My dad's like a proper Yorkshireman, so he speaks, like, once every 3 days. And when he does, what he says is so basic, you wonder if it's actually quite profound.
What sort of thing?
Well, he'll just sort of shuffle into the lounge and go, it's going to rain at 2.
So most useful thing people learnt from their parents. Jamali, what did you learn from your parents?
My dad always gave me weird advice. My dad was like a kind of real East End dude from Leighton. And when I was 14 years old, he sat me down and he goes, if you ever take ecstasy, take half. And that was his advice. That was his whole advice. You ever take ecstasy, take half.
What solid advice there, kids.
Because you don't get it, take half, see how you feel. It might be a dud, you might have to take another. That was
I don't want to criticise, but better advice would be a full MMR jab.
OK, so most useful thing people learnt from their parents. What do you think the answer's going to be?
Self-defense.
Self-defense?
Yeah.
Your parents were coming at you, and you had to roll into a ball like a hedgehog.
No, but I was one of 4 girls, and so we went at each other. But stop it, Jimmy! So when I was in school, if there was ever any trouble, my dad would say, if someone kicks you in the shins, kick them back. If someone hits you in the face, hit them back. Just mirror them. Never be the first to throw the slap, but always stand up for yourself and never get caught.
Yeah. My dad used to say, don't start it, but fucking finish it.
Yeah!
And never talk to the police.
OK, so, well, Joe, you were pretty much there. It's what your mum taught you.
Cooking.
Cooking is exactly right.
Cooking.
Yes, the most useful thing most Brits learn from their parents is how to cook. Also on the list is how to shave. Thanks, Mum. Never been smoother. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, and I can tell you that Rob, Maisie and Joe are tonight's winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.